I had been driving for nearly 12 hours. The rain had started just after sunset, and it only became heavier. My phone had no signal. The GPS stopped working over an hour ago. I just wanted a place to sleep. I saw it. A small roadside hotel. The old neon sign flickered in the darkness. It looked abandoned. But one light was still on. I walked inside. The lobby was silent. An elderly man stood behind the front desk. He didn't smile. He didn't greet me. He simply reached under the counter and handed me a key. Room. I asked if they had Wi-Fi. He didn't answer. Instead, he quietly said, "Don't leave your room after midnight." I laughed. I thought it was just an old man's strange sense of humor. The hallway felt unusually long. Every step echoed through the building. The air smelled old, like dust and damp wood. Finally, I reached room 307. The key turned slowly. The door opened. The room was simple. An old bed. A wooden chair. A small lamp beside the window. Everything looked normal. Almost. There were several black and white photographs hanging on the wall. None of the people were smiling. Every face looked uncomfortable, as if they knew something. On the bedside table, I found a notebook. Only one sentence was written inside. "If someone knocks after midnight, don't answer." I smiled. Someone had clearly put effort into this creepy hotel. I placed the notebook back on the table and turned off the light. Exactly at midnight, 3 slow knocks echoed through the room. Knock. 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 I froze. I walked quietly toward the door and looked through the peephole. Nobody. The hallway was completely empty. A few seconds passed. 3 more knocks. This time, I opened the door. Nothing. No footsteps. No sound. Only the endless hallway. At the far end of the corridor, I saw someone. A tall figure. Standing perfectly still. Watching me. I blinked. The figure was gone. I quickly closed the door, locked it, and stepped away. About a minute later, the door handle slowly began to move. Someone was trying to open it, very slowly, very carefully. I didn't breathe. I didn't speak. I simply stared at the handle. After what felt like forever, it stopped. The rest of the night, I never slept. As soon as the sun rose, I packed my things and went downstairs. The old man was still standing behind the desk, exactly where I had left him. I placed the key on the counter. "Room 307, I said. "I'm checking out." He looked at the key, then at me. His face slowly turned pale. He whispered, "Room 307? "Yes." He remained silent, then quietly replied, "Our hotel only has rooms 301 through 306. I laughed. I thought he was joking. Without saying another word, I ran back upstairs. The hallway looked exactly the same. But something had changed. There was no room 307. Only a blank wall. Old wallpaper. No door. No number. Nothing. My heart started racing. I checked my phone. The photos I had taken inside the room were gone. Every single one. I hurried outside, got into my car, and drove away. A few minutes later, I looked into the rearview mirror. The hotel was nowhere to be seen. Only an empty road, stretching into the fog. I returned months later, using old maps, satellite images, even asking local residents. No one had ever heard of that hotel. Sometimes, late at night, I still wake up, hearing 3 slow knocks, coming from my bedroom door. Knock. 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 And no matter how curious I become, I never open it.